I am Marilyn Weston, and you're definitely getting it straight from a woman's perspective here on Zoomer Radio. And week to week, we learn from Darren Farwell and his team at the Farwell Group. And it's turned out lately that we've been discussing financial paths that empower women to, especially widows, navigate their journey forward. And Darren is here week to week to explain that. And Leslie, who's written a book, Bank on Yourself, is also here. And basically, the focus has been that way. So I'm kind of curious to hear what we're going to talk about today. So good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Marilyn. Well, we're going to take a little shift in the path today and get back to some of the nuts and bolts of what we do, which is investing money to provide the lifestyle that people are looking for. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, when the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. Well, when things change, I think that what that's saying is that when things change, we can either fight the change or find the opportunity in it. And the winds are quite clearly changing in the investing world. I've been seeing it gain momentum with my own two eyes and ears year after year, and the pace is accelerating. It wasn't too long ago that serious investors scoffed at the idea of socially responsible investing. And we're going to get into what that means. But here we are in 2019, and the concept of investing in a manner that makes the world a better place is really catching on. The idea that today you do not have to give up on rate of return to invest in companies that are taking active steps to improve their operation in ways that benefit society. Today, when faced with the question, is it possible for me to invest in a manner that will help make the world a better place while still providing the rate of return I need to maintain my lifestyle and maintain my independence and dignity throughout my life? The answer is a resounding yes. Socially responsible investing incorporates environmental, social, and ethical business practices, all of these factors to screen out certain companies, those that don't measure up to the desired standard. For example, companies that are big polluters, companies that use child labor or engage in corrupt activity. But even beyond that, today, there's a trend that's, I would say, more recent than even that of just the general socially responsible investing, and that is socially responsible investing is seeking out firms that are taking actual steps to improve their operations in ways that benefit society and their bottom line, rather than just excluding the bad apples. Now, let me give you an example. In a survey of 21,980 firms from 91 companies, it was found that having a woman in the executive suite increases a company's net margins, their profit, by 1 percentage point. Now, of course, 1 percentage point doesn't sound like a big number, but when you consider a global corporation that has net margins of $2 billion, that's $20 million to the bottom line. It's a fact that increased gender diversity in the boardroom can help results. Similarly, it is true that when companies are found to be using inappropriate business practices to earn their profits, like using child labor, many customers will stop buying that brand. Less demand often leads to less profit and lower stock prices. On top of that, many shareholders will sell their stock because the practices that are being engaged don't align with their personal value. And others won't buy stock for the same reason. Less demand for a company's shares will often result in a decline in the share price. So the winds of change are already here, and they're getting stronger. In today's world, you can invest in companies that align with your personal ideals and still make money. We recommend a number of socially responsible funds to clients depending on the values that are most relevant to them. One has a 5-year rate of return of 13%. The other has a 5-year rate of return of 8.5%. both compare very well to the full spectrum of other growth investments available. Now, depending on your portfolio, in particular your personal circumstances, it might be still a little early to invest all your money in socially responsible investing. However, it may be right for a portion of your portfolio. To get started, consider asking your financial advisor to review your current portfolio for environmental, social, and governance factors. You can then take steps to align your money with your personal values. The winds of change are upon us. Take advantage of the opportunity. And if you would like to learn more about socially responsible investing or get more information in regard to social responsible investing products that I mentioned earlier, feel free to call or email or connect to us through Facebook.
So basically, as I'm writing my own notes, because I'm always learning from you, you're saying that we can align our investments with our values so we don't have to support corruption or pollution or child labor or whatever else is averse to our values. And we can still make 13% or 8.5% on our money. We aren't losing just because we're supporting and doing good things, and we can make a better world. Am I right?
You're right on, Marilyn. Now, I want to be careful. I'm not suggesting that those are the rates of return that you will earn, but I am suggesting that you don't have to sacrifice rate of return in today's world to invest in a way that aligns with your own principles. I mean, it used to be that people said they didn't want tobacco and gun stocks. But it's become much broader than just those two things. And that's why it may work to speak to your financial advisor just to see which of your values are most important and then find the investments that align with those.
Well, I'm an advocate of second opinion, and I believe that you would give a good one. And the idea of putting things in perspective to make a better world really appeals to me. So thank you for talking about this and raising this issue. If anyone listening wants to have a second opinion or is interested in this whole concept of social responsibly investing your money, Darren Farwell is part of the From a Woman's Perspective team, and therefore he offers you a complimentary consultation, and you can ask your questions, get your answers, and make an informed decision. So, Darren, are you going to work today?
I will be at the office today after From a Woman's Perspective.
So, number to reach you?
416-863-7501.
416-863-7501. The Farwell Group has a website, and it is on my website, marilyns.ca, with a link. And you also have Facebook, right? The Farwell Group.
That's right. We can connect to us through our Facebook page, The Farwell Group.
So lots of ways to reach Darren and the Farwell Group team. You can ask your questions, you can be socially responsible, and you can help make a better world and still not forfeit profits. From what it sounds like, it's a smart thing to do. Call Darren at 416-863-7501. Thanks again, Darren. I've learned something new.
It's always a pleasure, Marilyn.
Now Dr. Betty Rosendahl is going to deal with mold and fungal diseases naturally. And then Dr. Vivian Brown, author of A Woman's Guide to Healthy Aging, is going to discuss shingles, followed by happy stories to empower you to make informed decisions, all from a woman's perspective, right here with me, Marilyn Weston, and my team on Zoomer Radio.